On one hand, they were the ones who made her famous, but on the other hand, they were also the ones who haunted her until the end of her life. Princess Diana lived surrounded by cameras, from her lavish wedding to her last breath in Paris. This is the tragic story of the people's princess, who could never escape the shadow of the paparazzi. Diana was just a she-girl from the Spencer family. However, since her relationship with Prince Charles was revealed in 1980, the media immediately made her their main target. Wherever she went, dozens of cameras followed her. From simply shopping, working as a kindergarten teacher, to walking on the sidewalk, everything was captured by the paparazzi. Diana, who had previously led a simple life, suddenly became the most sought-after woman in England. The media spotlight peaked on July 29, 1981. Diana's wedding to Prince Charles was watched by 750 million people on television. The world called it the fairy tale wedding of the century. But from that day on, Diana's life was no longer her own. After becoming Princess of Wales, Diana found that her every move was newsworthy. When she was pregnant with Prince William, cameras were always waiting outside the hospital. When she went on vacation, paparazzi climbed fences just to get one photo. Even when she cried, argued with Charles, or simply walked in the garden with her son, everything became headline news. Diana once said softly, "There is no place to hide." Diana was adept at using the media for her charitable activities. When she shook hands with AIDS patients in front of the cameras, the world was moved. When she visited refugee camps, her photos changed public opinion. However, the paparazzi also exploited her weaknesses. Every rumor about her broken marriage, every gossip about her life, became fodder for the media. In fact, one royal reporter once said, "Diana's photos are worth their weight in gold. She is the most marketable face in the world." After divorcing Charles in 1996, Diana lost her royal title, but the paparazzi never let her go. In fact, because she was no longer protected by palace protocol, Diana became easier to hunt down. Her private photos with her partner or while on vacation were sold for fantastic prices. Diana became a media prisoner. Even though she was legally free, she remained bound by the glare of the cameras. In the summer of 1997, Diana was involved with Dadi al-Fayed, the son of an Egyptian billionaire. Photos of the two kissing on a jet made headlines around the world. The international media followed them wherever they went, from the beaches of Italy to restaurants in Paris to private trips. There was no more privacy. The paparazzi even rented helicopters and speedboats to capture images of the princess. On the night of August 31, 1997, Diana and Dadi left the Ritz Hotel in Paris. They tried to avoid dozens of paparazzi waiting outside. The Mersides they were riding in sped towards the Pont de Lille tunnel. However, inside the tunnel, the car lost control and crashed into a pillar. The paparazzi chasing them photographed the incident instead of helping. The tragic photos of Diana inside the car spread widely, sparking global outrage. Diana's death triggered deep sorrow. Millions of flowers filled the front of Kensington Palace. However, at the same time, the media received harsh criticism. The public accused the paparazzi of being partly responsible for Diana's death. Many said they killed her with their cameras. Diana's death shook the royal family. Princes William and Harry grew up with a sense of hatred and trauma towards the media. Harry even said later, "Every time I hear the sound of a camera, I am transported back to the night my mother died." Diana's death also changed the way the British media worked, prompting strict rules on reporting on celebrities and the royal family. To this day, Diana is still remembered as the people's princess, a fashion icon, a humanitarian icon, and a symbol of media brutality. She proved that behind the glamour of royalty, there is a heavy price to pay: privacy, happiness, even life itself. Princess Diana fought the royal system with courage, but against the paparazzi, she never won. The cameras magnified her, and at the same time destroyed her. And to this day, The world has never forgotten the tragic story of the princess who was hounded by cameras. If you believe that Diana's story is a valuable lesson about the price of fame, press like, subscribe and share this video. Let's continue to remember the people's princess, whose love was greater than the glare of the cameras.